And hello, Scapers. It is I, the Rogue Scaper, here today on a sleepy Thursday. I have a lot of work to do, so you are gonna all assist me. Welcome to Custom Scaper. Yeah, I got like a bunch of projects that are just currently. Let me just make sure my Yetis. Okay, yeah, I have a bunch of projects that are currently just sitting around, unbased, unfinished. And due to the community poll, you all said you wanted to watch me do this. So we're taking a little bit of break of AOA and just getting some crap done today. So it'll be kind of just going all over the place. Some things we'll be doing some touch-ups and basing. And so I guess it'll be a good day just to get some different things more than just the usual base coding that we usually do. So maybe it'll be fun to do something different. Honestly, it'll probably be more of a short stream today. I don't know if it's just busyness or whatever, but I'm kind of tired today. Custom Scaper, I've started yours. You'll definitely be finishing up the last details, but he's almost done. Just got some touch-ups that we'll be doing today. Some little bit of highlights for sure. We're getting that one done and finalized. We have some death chasers and spiders and dwarves, and I don't know what we're doing. Today is going to be my, my HD fulfillment day. So it's going to be fun. James Bush, yeah, thanks for the compliment. So I guess with no more introduction, let's just dive right into it. First, I'm going to base my Amelia Earhart here, which I can find my bases I put down. She, of course, is not a official figure, and but I am working on my historical pitch list for Heroscape, and I decided to make it hard and paint all the things I'm referencing because I just don't want to do like clips of old videos. So she has a couple touch-ups needs to do, but I like to get to a point once they're good, then I can actually put them on. And so yeah, be staying on the lookout for that. We have some fun stuff coming there. I'm going to get my trusty super glue. And if I can find my sticker sheet. So yeah, I think we talked about this in one of my earlier streams, but we definitely do. There were some really great ideas for some historicals. I've been listening to what people were saying, so I'm excited to get this one all filmed and finished. So these are stickers, and well, this is a 3D printed base I did. It's an old one I had on hand, but from Impact Miniatures. It's like an online store. So far, I've been most happy with their miniature quality and sticker level, so I use them a whole lot. And they're pretty cheap. I got like 50 bases and stickers for like 20 bucks or whatever, 15 bucks or something. Actually, if I have the thing Custom Scaper sent me on hand, unless it got moved by my kids. I think it got moved. My kids like to grab my little pincher thing, so I'll hold it down. I'll see if I can find it here for a second, but already got a card made for Amelia Earhart. I don't really have like the pitches. I try not to make a card too precise, but I do have a general outline. She's going to be I'm torn between, maybe the chat can help me out with this, either a Valerak or a Jandar champion, because she was called the champion of the skies. I thought it'd be kind of fun take on it. And well, ideally I'd love for her miniature to be like a in a snub-nosed little plane or fighter, but I couldn't find a good model for that. So it's more just conceptual, kind of what I'd love her powers to be. Some kind of scouting or order marker abilities I think would be really fun. Yeah, I have been using it. Of course, the one time I actually need it in this situation, I can't find it. But let's see. Let's see if it turns up here somewhere. As I get distracted instantly. I'll do that tonight, I just realized. it falls to the ground. That was unfortunate. Okay. Well, please hold, as I gotta pick up all the miniatures I had set up today. Make her Jandar and have her commandeer the blimp. Yeah, I think it would be fun to... Because I feel like it would be like a double dip of theme. To have like Valerax, Vorids, and... Like, it'd be fun to have like an actual counterpart to this if my focus can stay in place. I'm all over the place today, everybody, so that's going to be the vibe of today. Well, for some reason the glue isn't holding. I need to find my pincher things that are missing right now. Painting horses Sunday as well. I think I need to grab a sander because I think there's a bit of unevenness on this here. But yeah, so I think it should be kind of fun. Historically, I'm doing research for the historical video, of course, trying to make it as, you know, reminiscent of what they are as possible. And Amelia Earhart was actually a very skilled markswoman. I hate painting horses. They're my nemesis. Speed paints are the way to go for horses, or inks and stuff like that, just because it's so smooth and reflective on their body. Oh, Templar Cavalry dudes! I've had a tutorial on my file that I have been wanting to get finished for a while on how to paint Templar. If you look at one of my older videos on decals, I did make the little transfers for all the Templar. I'll go into Black Templar. Oh yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we got that done. I'm getting myself put together here, and now let's start just getting some little details on these Death Chasers here. The Death Chasers models are sadly not very well detailed, so I have to spend a bit of time and kind of paint them in, unfortunately. Or try to at least get the idea of them being there. But yeah, some Black Templar for... I'm just a mess. Some Black Templar for Sir Hawthorne would be really cool. Yeah, all those little stickers and all that stuff is so tedious. The Knights are really easy to paint otherwise. Alright, we're using a little bit of camo green on the Orc's cape here. Yeah, they're miserable, especially if you want to do the shields and the decals. Okay, there we go. I honestly haven't painted 3D prints for Heroscape in a bit. It's honestly been it's just been hard for me to kind of want to do it anymore. I think I'm slowly kind of graduating past these guys. Like, the more detail something has, the bit more entertaining it is for me to paint nowadays. What I used for the, it's a pain still because I haven't found out a way to, I do a lot of like product research in my free time. Because what I use is I print them off on vinyl sheets, like vinyl sticker sheets, and then kind of just stick them on with a bit of like Mod Podge or whatever, just to make sure they stick. But cutting them out individually is a pain. So I'm looking for like a way to cry cut them, or I think it's actually called a cricket them, and or die cast cut them or something. I've been doing some research into it. Yeah, for some reason these guys are just non-existent, which is unfortunate because it's also, I think, the worst scan of the bunch. Like honestly, this is one I was working on. Like this is pretty passable. Like you see this on the table, no one's going to notice or care. But these guys just don't have enough detail on their body to make the wash work, which is kind of that signature Heroscape look. So expensive for Death Chasers as well. Yeah, the problem I have with Death Chasers is they just keep on getting the best bonding options. Like, they just have such a good bonding pool. Adelburn has been added to the mix, and now the Ramasaur, like, everything that is just, everything's good, they just seem to get. And, yeah, I hate facing these guys. They're really fun to play, though. Like, I don't discount anyone for playing them. They're just kind of like, ugh. I never am happy when I see someone fielding, like, 6 quads of these against my army. And they're fast. They just get up in your grill really fast. Yeah, they're so pricey too, which is crazy. They kind of arrive at the intersection of being both good and expensive, like the dwarves do. Which I guess is good if you're spending a lot of money. It's nice to be able to use them. You've been usurped. Yeah, with Death Chasers, you really, or at least with 3D prints, you really just kind of imply a lot of the things here. I mean, this is where I cut my teeth at. I used to just do nothing but 3D prints of Heroscape. So I've fallen away from my roots. It's just honestly that AOA takes a lot of time because of all the detail. So it's almost like weird going back to no detail. We're just using a little bit of burnt umber just to add a bit of highlights to these, since they are so kind of flat when they print. And this is printed at 16K. Like, this is about as high quality as you can get for a miniature here. They're just scans of models taken from another board game, transported to a different board game from 20 years ago. So there's just a little bit of reduction in quality in that process. This is the one, whoever does those like retouch of figures, they have my eternal gratitude, because things like the dwarves and stuff like that, they're really fun to paint, and they just look better than the classic dwarves. Like, I can paint a squad of dwarves and they look better than the originals. One good sir. Yeah, it's still an idea I have in development. I have used actually for like Sir Gilbert, I just printed out on printer sheet paper and then used Mod Podge to seal it onto the flag and mold it. So there's some stuff I'm experimenting with that is pinpointed for a video eventually someday. Which is kind of at this point it's almost embarrassing for me to say I have a video idea for that. I have more ideas in time for sure. We're taking just a little bit of blue-black on the face, just to give it a bit of definition so it doesn't look like just a blob. Yeah, the AOA it's a double-edged sword. Some days like you're like, oh yeah, this is really nice. The other day it's just like, I think AOA models sometimes fall into the pit of too much detail, for detail's sake. Like I'm still working on Chana here, and you think, oh, Chana's a really easy piece until you get into like the wing lines here. You're like, oh wait, this is a bunch of individual feathers that you have to highlight here. And this is actually, I mean, it's really intricately detailed. It just kind of takes a long time, which is fine. I enjoy it, but I'm staring at 20 gallery here, and I think I've painted 3 so far. 2 years at your job. Congrats. I have to check, but I've been doing this YouTube thing for around about the same time. I think we might have our 30-year anniversary in March, so we'll be sure to do something big for that. But congrats being there. Yeah, it's nice. It's just definitely whoever sculpted them didn't think these are going to be painted by people someday. It was more style over function, I think. I do appreciate how the new commons are a lot more simplistic. Like Tanuki, and even things like the giants and stuff like that, I can whip them out pretty fast. And Custom Scaper, I think I sent you Evil Raylan and Battle Kitty. If memory serves me well. Yeah, it's awesome. Oh well, thank you. Yeah, it's in development. I like working with purples. Purples are probably one of my favorite colors to paint here. Not much detail on the face. I think I need to get a little bit of red for the eyes as well. McDonald's. I did my time at Taco Bell for several years, so I appreciate the the grind there. And we're not looking for perfection here. Just trying to get things done. I personally try to stop doing commissions until the end of the year, but some people snuck in. I was like, I can do a couple. I do enjoy it. I work better when I'm working for someone else. It's just been a bit hectic on my schedule. So I appreciate you all allowing me to be focused enough to get these done. Maxi melts are delicious. Yeah, I could say I've had everything on the Taco Bell menu. That's I've eaten a lot of the TV in my day, for sure. I didn't hate it. Taking just a little bit of leather brown here on the... This is my favorite model of the whole bunch, I'd say. It just has lots of clear details and, like... You just kind of get them done. Quesadillas. You know what? I will say, like, I hate buying quesadillas because they're like the easiest thing to make. But like quesadillas are pretty good. I also love quesadillas. Let's see here. My favorite thing. They don't have them all the time, but whatever their taquitos are called, their rolled grillers or whatever they're called, I love those things. Those things are like my kryptonite. But I'm also a fan of the crunch wrap. Like, it just hits the right spots. I get the crunch. Well, actually, I love all the burritos. I just get grilled. All the burritos are so much better grilled. And I put jalapenos in and potatoes if I have a chance. I'm a little, you know, if I'm eating Taco Bell, I'm committing all the way. Hello, Sean Carnegie. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well this Thursday. I don't know about everyone else, but it's like 70 degrees where I'm at now. It feels rather nice comparatively to this time last year. So I hope you're all having a nice balmy fall Thursday. Printed off some Death Chasers myself, and get a Night Primus Adelburn skull that I printed in the printer was as well. Oh, like I have seen those scans going around. I can't say I fully condone them, but you know, it's people gotta do what they gotta do, I guess, at the end of the day. But, oh yeah, there was the aura. I saw it last night. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I saw mainly just the red hazy stuff. But my sister has always wanted to see the Aura Borealis, so she was really happy to glance it. I had an Adelburn that I painted to look like Death Chasers, but I ended up actually sending that to Sir Heroscape. And then I painted another one, and then someone else bought that. So I haven't had a chance to get another Adelburn for myself. And we're just doing some IRE for the teeth here. Can I get them there? Ooh, 50, yeah, good hoodie weather. That's that's where it's at right there. See, I run a little hot, so whenever it's below 60 degrees, I'm a happy person. A little bit of red eyes on these guys really sorry, I'm out of focus here. Really just makes them come alive. Really, with the 3D prints, you want to do more broad gestures, strokes rather, compared to finite details. Speaking of dude, like I say, success you dude, yeah, we can bring him back here. Yeah, he's getting on. He's on the work table, for sure. He's just got some small. If you notice here, small little highlights I have to add. A couple overwash spots. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with these wings because they're kind of polygonal, at least from the print. Custom, for those who are just tuning in, Custom Scaper sent me this file for a Tyrian. It's kind of a Mando inspired Tyrian, which I think is kind of cool. Oh, the Mando movie's coming out next year. I forgot about that. It's nice to see Star Wars in theater again, even if I am a little worn out. Yeah, it's a fun sculpt. It's I like that it's different than just a repainted protector of Ular. I hope VC keeps on doing some repaints of some of those like R2V figures, because there's some fun stuff there. I know they're testing the agents for some more, kind of like that one Okay, so actually that one VC agent they released, the red one, I don't understand how her power works at all. Like, I am completely lost. His name is Tyrion, the Kiri Warrior. Like, what's it, Agent? It's like the promo figure they did. I'll look it up. Man, the books are so... They need a good overhaul, I'd say, on Heroscapers. I'll look it up later. But the Red Agent, that's the promo. Yeah, I have no idea how that works. The Hill Dune Scorpions. Ooh, yeah. I know those guys have been on the table for a bit. It'd be nice to have some more arachnids in the mix. I was talking about this on TOV for our lovely Estevara. There's an update to that Needhog figure they're testing. Got to get painted up before it releases. Oh, that'd be good. I've had that guy on my shelf for a while. I'm just waiting for them to release the Time Dragon. That's the one I want to see, just because he's been there as well. But nowadays, when they announce a VC figure, I just go out and buy it before it no longer is available. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with VC. I really enjoy the figures, and then sometimes I'm just like, alright, I'm good. I don't need these. But then I see them played, and I'm like, alright. I usually wait until I'm beat by a VC figure. Then I'm like, alright, cool, I need to add this to my collection. But I really only play VC in, like, ScapeCon. Is really the only time I bring them out. I guess to summarize, I like playing VC with people who know how VC works. Yeah, Needhog has gone through so many renditions, they just don't know what to do with their giant scully dragon. Okay, we're just working in the assembly line fashion, just kind of pick it up and say, hey, what is missing from this thing, and try to fill it in. Yeah, that's how I feel. They put out some really nice stuff, but sometimes it's just like, I wish they didn't use just pre-painted miniatures. Because nowadays, like, really, besides HeroClix and D&D, like, there are no pre-painted miniatures out there. And it's tough because there's lots of unpainted sculpts out there. Like, I would love for VC to take some HeroQuest models, which are very, Heroscape coded and scaled, and HeroQuest has just a lot to do with kind of the development of Scape, and use some of those to say this is the color scheme, or even 3D files. Or I just think, because like people nowadays are just printing the models anyways. Like, it's kind of like, oh, just do it. Just say this is kind of the power, and this is the file we'd like to use. I have a lot of HeroQuest and I've never played but I painted a lot of the miniatures. The HeroQuest miniatures where I did a lot of when they did the re-release, is where I did a lot of just development of technique and skill. I learned a lot painting those guys, so, but I wouldn't say I did a good job on them. Wow, I painted those during the like 5 years ago. That's crazy. But I love the models. The models are really fun. Let's see. I think I have one around here somewhere. Possibly. Or I could find one. There was one I did recently I was happy with. I don't see it though. Haha. You all thought you could distract me, but you didn't. Oh yeah, the gargoyle? Yeah. Yeah, those are fun. And let's see, yeah, the barbarians, and I could go grab some. I know where they're at. Alright, fine, I'll go do it. Alright, found some models laying around. Here's that gargoyle that was talked about. Which, you know, you gotta get the nice dry brushing. I was so proud of this barbarian when I first did it. I was like, cool, I did it. And nowadays I'm looking at it as like, this could be, look at that face. I messed up on the wash. At this time I was trying to use like a dip wash. So it was just all clumped on the face, and I think I got some like overspray on it here that never bothered painting. But I was like so proud of this guy. Then got the winter set. So you can see it like improving on some skills, but definitely some things that needed to still be worked on. But I'm still, you know, I hold these guys close to my heart. I like having old minis lying around just to show, you know, when you have a bad day, you know, like, oh wait, I am improving. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, he's really easy, just dry brushing. Painting stone is like the easiest thing in the world to do. Let's see, 3 different no models to use as Death Chaser proxies, but they end up being closer to bear size. So they'll just become personal customs. Yeah, I wish we had some like Knoll Wolf synergy, because those models are very similar. Alright. I'll have to go through and put a wash on each of these guys. I don't often kind of do this type of stuff on stream, just because it is so kind of generally chaotic. I'm in my own flow here. It's not very, I'm not being very informative with it, but it's kind of nice just to mix it up a bit, take a break from AOA. I think Honestly, I could see Renegade doing like a Hero Quest, Heroscape crossover. It kind of depends on how much Marvel kind of is how much like Marvel's giving them their IPs. You know, I mean not Marvel, Hasbro's giving them their IPs. So I know it's like Avalon Hill currently has them. I think the game is still doing pretty well. They're still making expansions, but it's tough. It's always tough to tell. But if you definitely work like just an assembly line and stay focused, you can get a lot more miniatures knocked out. Like before this, I just kind of did all the broad. I did kind of like a color or a cloak one at a time, and I just kind of work through them. Let's love to see some sort of PvE push with Heroscape. They would open up a lot of casual players without communities. Hero Quest would open up some interesting options there. Yeah, I think there is some great ways to run Heroscape as like a sim game, or like you know, they did a little bit of that, and because honestly, like if you're just kind of doing like a monster fight, you can kind of just have it run automatically. You know, like they attack a werewolf lord. There's not like much the werewolf lord is going to do, especially if it's like a team dynamic, or you even have like a game master of sorts just kind of playing that. Yeah, there's definitely ways to expand it. I hope with the release of the kind of lore book, we're going to see a Heroscape RPG, just because I would love to test it out. See Heroscape in the Hasbroverse. Yeah, if it gets big enough. I hope it kind of goes beyond this the niche it's in now. I think it has potential for legs and become really pervasive. In a good way. Some official Souls stuff, yeah. See, I mean, I'm not a big solo play fan, but that's like more just personal preference. But I definitely see the appeal of it for people. I know Tails like does matches against himself and has a great time, and I think Derek does that as well. So there's definitely some space in the design for it, I think. I always say Heroscape is a system. It's a sandbox. It's not necessarily a game. And I think there's a lot of ways to play in that sandbox. Perhaps it's blasphemous right now, but I am listening to Christmas music on my own personal headsets. So, what's the earliest you can listen to Christmas music? When does it? Are you one of those people that's like it has to be December, or do you start listening to it in like October? I'm just kind of ready for Christmas this year. After Thanksgiving blasphemy. Okay. Chat is condemning me. Okay, so well, I let Halloween pass because I love Halloween, and Halloween I would listen to Halloween music still, but it kind of just is on, and I just haven't bothered to change it because I'm kind of like I like this. So here's my take. Is that you can't listen to you can't break out the Nat King Cole or the Bing Crosby until December. Like anything before, there's there's like milestones you have to hit before certain artists come into play. But like I'm listening to like the every band has a Christmas album. I'm like not listening to the hits. I'm listening to like the Lumineers Christmas album and the Beach Boys Christmas. Like the stuff that no one really wants to hear. The Jack Johnson Christmas album. Like, just a little bit of just a little easy vibes, kind of that a little ease me into the Christmas spirit. But I think it's just this year. I think just this year I'm just kind of ready. Last year I traveled for Christmas, so I was like, I didn't even set up a tree last year because I was kind of out of town and didn't have a time. So I kind of like, I'm like missing it and wanting it. Let's see if we can not cut off half my face here. There we go. No judgments here, whatever you want. See, that's the Christmas spirit. Never see Christmas lights in October, hurts my soul. See, November is kind of like this demilitarized zone where like post-Halloween fallout and Christmas kind of fights for control. Like it is just whoever is the strongest that year gains control of November. My mom is notorious. She puts her whole house is decked out for Christmas the day Halloween, the moment Halloween is over. Yeah, I don't remember what happened specifically. I just remember everyone was kind of bummed out when I showed everyone the Star Wars Christmas special. I had some friends over, and I said, "You all want to watch the Star Wars special?" And they said, "Kinda." And I said, "Okay, it's not very good. Just warning you." And they said, "Well, now we're intrigued." And I showed them all, and I think everyone was just kind of bummed out because it's pretty tough. It's a pretty tough Star Wars media to get over. Thank you. Yeah, it literally like it was a fun trip. All my friends came and visited my other friend for his birthday, and I had a great time, a really fun time, and it was just a great way for everyone to wish that they just went home and never arrived. It's I've seen pretty much all Star Wars media. Like I'm a pretty in-depth fan. I have the holiday Christmas special on DVD. Like that, I paid a lot of money for someone to digitally restore and put into a box on. I've seen all the animated Ewok adventures. The only Star Wars media I haven't gotten through is the Acolyte. A Santa event hero, 2-space figure slide that drops on treasure globes. That would be awesome. I really hope Renegade does some fun like holiday promos. The problem I have with their promos, they all feel kind of just like, this is just a figure I want to play with. Like, this doesn't feel anything inherently like different about them. Like, I would love some like holiday variants of some of the classic units that are like officially released and official sculpts. Like Sergeant Drake in a Santa hat, the bare minimum, as like the holiday variant for Winter Games, or like a Turkey Hydra for Thanksgiving or something. Alright. Hydra Turkey Proxy for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I painted one up. I painted a lot of Hydras. can't find it. I did paint a turkey hydra at one point. I'll have to post a picture of it on my Discord. Chef Krug for Thanksgiving? Yeah. EscapeCon attendees can get a hat as one of the prizes there. It's pretty great. If you the Ewok Adventures, they don't have evolutionary lens, then Ewoks wipe those guys out. Yeah. I just love painting my Star Wars dude. Then yeah, I love Star Wars. I mean, I got the reference there, so like, yeah. If it probably wasn't for Heroscape, I probably would paint a lot of Legion. I'd be a Legion player. I just don't like assembling. I think does Shatterpoint come pre-assembled? I don't know, but I would play one of those Star Wars games and get into it. See, like, I love games. If someone's willing to, like, teach me how to play a game, I will play really most anything. And we're just fixing up some mess-ups here. Cleaning up some details. Tips. And we're just cleaning up some overbrush here. Turkey shuffle. Yeah, I'm tempted to make a video about it for Thanksgiving because there's not really a lot of Thanksgiving themed things. Always try to learn and play new stuff. Just think about painting nights. But it's the First Order. Did I watch the Toy Story 5 teaser? No. I saw images of it and it just kind of bummed me out. Like, it just, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of Toy Story. I think it's overrated. That's my hot take, is that Toy Story is overrated. I don't really like, maybe it's because 4 was so bad that it sullied my retrospective on it, but now they're making a Toy Story 5 and they brought Woody back, so to deal with the dangers of tablets. It feels like a Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet type of situation here. Did I get closer to hosting a Heroscape event in Missouri? So I'm sketching things around out for an event happening next year. I'm definitely trying to get some schematics out for it, but I'm pinning on my my to-do list is to figure out how to get like a small little con or gathering for Heroscape sometime next year. Schedule permitting. So I was supposed to actually run an event at Kansas City's Meeple-a-thon, but I kind of got ghosted from all parties, so that's not happening for me this year. Hydro dip on a Dragon's Day using glitter spray cans was a disaster. Hydro dip. Let me see what that is, because now I have to refresh my terrible memory. Oh, okay, I see what that is. Oh, that's pretty cool. As at least a technique. And glitter spray cans. Yeah, I can imagine it comes on kind of thick, but it sounds cool. Yeah, 4 wasn't great. Toy Story should have finished on 3. They made Buzz kind of stupid. Yeah, I have lots of issues with 4. on a fundamental basis, mainly just how unnecessary it is. Like 4 wasn't bad enough to get me angry. It was just an epitaph to a fine story. But no, I'm looking to for Ken. Yeah, I'm looking to get something going out here, like a 2-day event is what I'm planning. With paint takes, fun tournaments, and I'm growing tired of driving 2 hours away for tournaments, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just run my own here. But like I said, you've never done it, so you have to get over that initial threshold of, all right, this is what we need to do. My goal is to talk to people who have run successful tournaments and get definitely some feedback. Yeah, Buzz had some tragic character regression that was really unfortunate. Imagine only having to drive 2 hours. Yeah, I've been trying to check out all the ones in my local area. So I drove to the Nebraska one with Rye Guy, which was really fun. But that was like 3 hours and 20 minutes, so that one was a bit of a haul. But I know Rye Guy throws a good event. I've gone up to Manhattan, Wichita, both really good events there. So there's some good stuff going around. It's just tough. It's like, that's my whole day there. I'd rather spend 2 more hours playing, but I enjoy it. I'm honestly kind of like going through withdrawals right now. I'm like, all right, I need another tournament right now. Canadians are starving for Heroscape events. That's what I heard. I know there's some good players out there, but I mean, Canada is so big and vast. It's like saying I'm an American and I play Scape. It's like, are you from California? Are you? there's a lot of land out there. Alright, now we're just using some of this burnt umber just to bring out some of the details. Shawns unite. Cody, what state are you in, if you don't mind? Let me know. If you don't want to let me know, that's fine. I'm just more curious because I'm kind of in the middle. I'm in Kansas, so there's stuff around, but not like immediately close. But I know there's just some dead patches in the United States of Scape scenes, like. Sean, of course I know him. That's me. California. Oh, okay. I used to live in Cali for a bit. I lived up in the north in the Sacramento side. And then I moved out to the Midwest. Oklahoma. I know Oklahoma was starting to get something, or at least no, that was Arizona. Never mind, that's Arizona that's getting some scenes going. Yeah, the Southwest I think has the biggest kind of gap of players. I didn't really get into Heroscape when I was in California, like at least the competitive scene, just because there wasn't a lot of players out there. At least at the time. I wish I had an unlimited travel budget. I'm really trying to balance what I'm doing for cons this year. Because there's ScapeCon, there's Gen Con. I'm really want to do Hexacon. I'm kind of like, I know Mega Silver runs a really good event. Mega Silver knows what they're doing, and that one looks kind of fun and a little bit less like intense as ScapeCon or Gen Con. So, and it's in February, which is nice. Like February is a really slow month for me, but it also is harder to drive because of snow. So I'm kind of like, do I want to fly out there? I hate flying. So, I'll just start a Patreon and my fly to every con possible Patreon. Skateboard has entered the chat. Things just got serious now. Yeah, no, I definitely. Oh, sign the bottom for you? Yeah, I can figure out something here for the bottom. I guess up the resale value if I can enable a bit of egotism there, right? But no, I'm happy to sign that for you. I apologize it's taken so long to get this done. I think anyone that sees this stream, I'm very distractible, and things will sit 10% unfinished for a while, and it's a thing I'm working on. I'm not ashamed of it. It's just hard to. That's honestly why I like painting. It does centralize me a whole lot. Because I've tried a lot of other hobbies. I've done a lot of other things, and I've always kind of just get like distracted in my pursuit of it. I did writing and instruments and film directing, and I like that I get to put a little bit of some of my past hobbies into this now. What advice would you have for backlog of figures to paint? Oh yeah, totally, Bill Flint. Welcome to chat, by the way. You're totally welcome. Hopefully that helps you out a bit. I thought that might be you based off the similarity in question, but in terms of backlog, I think it's really just create goals and points. And really it's just paint every day. And in order to paint every day, you have to make it easy to paint every day. We'll let this guy sit here for a bit. So do everything in your power to make it as easy just to hop on and pick up a paintbrush and dip in some water and start painting. Like my painting really struggled when I had to, and it's not available for everyone, depending on space and where you live. But if you are able to have one corner of your house that is just paint with a good light and a comfortable chair that you can just sit down and you have, preferably by a show or a computer, so you can just have something playing. It will just save, because if you have to spend 20 minutes setting up paint, it's so much harder to commit to it. So my advice is just be consistent and have it be accessible. And then pretty much from there is just what I like to do is categorize things by, I don't paint, when I'm painting like batches like this, I'm working through a bunch of stuff. I actually am painting them in pieces. I'm not working towards completion all in one day. Day one, I'm just painting all metallics. I'm just painting all the metallics and all my guys. That way that I'm not wasting paint. If they're all using the same silver, I'm just painting the silver in all of them, and that's my day. And the next day I'll work on this. Like today I'm working on just getting the details finished. So be willing to, for a big lot, just to kind of take it one parcel at a time. Again, the assembly line method works if you're painting lots of squads. So just paint this guy, paint a part of this guy, you know, just do that. For heroes, I like to spend a bit more time on, and so I just create dedicated dedicated days for heroes. I say Thursday is my you know, whatever I want to paint that day. I write all down a list, like a checklist, and then just, you know, cross one off. Love your bug paint jobs. Yeah, the bugs are fun. I'm not proud of my bug paint jobs. I messed up on. I was trying some new things, and they kind of turned out kind of clumpy. So I'm not. I've painted better bugs for other people than I just lost the interest to do it myself here. All right, what else do we got on the pile? These guys. I guess we could start basing some of these guys. I don't want to wash them. Yeah, let's get some wash going. If I can find it and not knock everything to the floor. These guys just have a nice black wash. Stream is kind of real popular now, bro. Yeah, people are just hopping on now. I guess being consistent pays off. Because I used to be a lot more inconsistent, but I appreciate everyone that's watching and hanging around. It's definitely really appreciated. Alright, let's get back to what we're doing here. I enjoy it. It's actually kind of the highlight of my week, honestly. Just a bit of chance just to hang out with some people and shoot the breeze is always appreciated. Alright, nice solid black wash on these guys. Death, streams got real popular. Like the idea of death chaser bugs. Ooh, that sounds pretty fun. I'm gonna have to paint another Thyraxis like the new bugs coming out, because I think Thyraxis will work really well with them. I like to have like some theme sets, some like different variants if I can afford to have a couple extra models. I wanted to do a brown gold sand scarab style. So, oh yeah, that'd be really cool. I did a blue scarab style with gold highlights for someone, and it I was really happy with how they turned out. I was sad to get rid of them. That's the toughest part about doing some commission work, is some days you're just like, I don't want to send my babies away, you know, like these are I'm kind of proud of them. Non-paint question, how do you store your stuff? Are we talking about figures or like paint supplies? The answer to both is haphazardly. It's in development still. I'm kind of waiting to do a large overhaul of my system. But currently I'm trying to invest in like a Loctite stacking system for my figures. So like those kind of like heavy duty things that you can just clip and stack on top of each other. But I also I have to give a tour of my office one time. That would be kind of fun. I have just lots of shelving and stuff. I have a system. I kind of know how it works, but it's not the most accessible. I'm working on a system where I have numbered little pull-out boxes filled with the figure that is on an Excel spreadsheet, so I know where everything's at. But I need my brother-in-law, who's an Excel master, to assist in that regard. So that's kind of my winter break plan, is to get myself a bit organized. It's tough because I haven't found a system that is great for accessibility at home and for you know, like going to cons and stuff like that. But right now I'm just using a lot of Sterilite totes, and what I have is those like drawer things for like tools and screws and stuff like that. I put a lot of figures in those as well, and also I have like 20 shelves. Yeah, fishing tackle boxes. It's just, the problem is it requires a bit of like monetary investment to do it, and every time I buy like something to store my figures, I'm like, I could have just bought more figures, and that's the tough part with it. So it's like a never-ending cycle. I have, for like my painted stuff, I don't know if you can see it behind me, but I have like acrylic stands, which is pretty cool. Kind of displays it in a box, which I enjoy. That's more for like my Age Annihilation stuff I want to showcase off. I actually just bought like 3 more of those stands to start displaying things. I need to just thin this wash down just a bit. Protocol wash is really good, but it does come on a bit thick. You definitely have to water it down. But if you're painting classic Heroscape figures, a healthy dose of wash will make it look like it fits right in. Really, if you're if you're painting your classic Heroscape minis too well, they look out of place. Like, you have to make them a little bit sloppy. And probably once these guys are done, I'll go through and just anywhere that's too dark, I'll brighten them up a bit. Thank you. Yeah, they're coming along. I think I'm doing too much. That's what my wife tells me, is that you need to do a little bit less. And I say, that's probably right. That's wise advice. I'm like guacamole. If nothing else, I am extra. No, this is helping me out a lot. Just get these guys done. It's like, at kind of this point of the models, I'm like, I gotta go through them all again and make sure everything's right where it needs to be, and I just kind of lose the resolve. Painters are kind of like writers. Like, after a while, you love doing what you do, but you also hate doing what you do. Let's add just a bit of highlights, just to give Custom Scaper a little bit more pizzazz. We get some dark turquoise here, which is also, coincidentally, if you're looking for a good out-of-the-bottle orc flesh tone, this works pretty well. I mix a little bit of like army green with it, but orc gray, but it's not bad. What do I think about the G.I. Joe stuff on the ship? Okay, so the ship is easy. The ship is awesome, and anyone that hates it, you need to get your priorities straight. It's a giant pirate ship. The only problem I have with the ship is I don't like how the figurehead is kind of distracting from the pirate shipwreck aesthetic. I think it could have been a bit more subtle. more integratable, but that's just a mild complaint. I hope competitive players are looking to find creative ways to incorporate the ship instead of just dismissing it. I get the cannons. I get why like people don't use the cannons, but it's our first like unique piece of Heroscape terrain that's not just like a glacier or a mountain. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's fun. It's pricey, but it's fun. G.I. Joe stuff is really good. That's the problem. That's my only problem with it, is that it's too good. I wish it was really bad and kind of sucked. It was kind of its own thing, so I wouldn't have to buy it. That's my biggest complaint with it. But the fact that it's really, really good makes me realize I have to get it all and paint it all, which is fine. Like, I'm not complaining about it. I just don't know anything about G.I. Joe, so it's like I'll be on the stream painting G.I. Joe, and people will ask me questions, and I'll be like, I don't know. I just like playing Heroscape. So it's kind of like that, like I have to care about it level, which is like interesting to be in. But in terms of aesthetically and power-wise, I think they're all really fun units. Like, I am looking forward to play with them. I've been doing some. There's some fun things you can do with G.I. Joe. Heroscape to drop his own customs. I have a whole folder of customs that I have made throughout the year that I never bothered like promoting to anywhere, just because I kind of made them for myself. I feel like some of them, you know, are old. I made some of them when I was like 14 years old, but I have a soft spot for them because you know, that's honestly, Heroscape customs are what got me into like graphic design, because I had to figure out. I didn't know about like X2 card maker. I created the templates and the Heroscape figures myself, and I just kind of learned a lot in the process. So one of these days, maybe I'll have someone on and we can look at some of my my customs and go over them. Yeah, for the connection parts, yeah, that would be. I don't like painting terrain. It's not my favorite thing to do. So I'm happy having painted terrain. Because I've tried to do some like custom stuff with like the walls and all that, and it just takes a long time. I don't know. Every painter has their own things they're interested in. I would like to paint one ship one time as like a fun promo thing, and then never have to do it again. Do that list with you. Oh yeah, that would be really fun. Maybe I'll contact you sometime. We'll get something going. I've been experimenting with just having maybe some people hop on my Thursday streams, just to give, you know, so people don't have to hear me talk all the time. I've talked to Joe Crazy. I know he would love to show on when he has time, and some other people. So, and all right, Cody's Cardboard, thank you so much for stopping in. Get that homework done. Good chunk of a phone storage, a bunch of Heroscape custom notes. Be awesome to see what you've come up with. Oh yeah, that'd be really fun. I have a bunch. Like, I actually had a lot of VC units done before VC made them into units. Like, I didn't even realize that they were there. Let's try it. clean up that black area just a bit. Alright, now I'm just taking some black and black lining some of this armor plating. Just to make it have a bit more definition. A lot of different dinosaurs. I would like to see them. You know what? We'll do a custom stream sometime. We can if you all want to send me one of your customs, I'll look at it. You'll have someone on, we can talk about them, and that sounds really fun. I have some I wanted to talk about. I'm sure everyone has, their own custom they would like to see. We can, if you want, we can workshop some ideas. Because I don't think every custom needs to be like VC approved and super official and super. I think especially if you're just playing your home game, sometimes it's just to have a custom that fits your play style. And even still, you want a custom that you want no one has a bad time playing against. So there's always like room for feedback in that regard. Or even just, oh wait, I didn't realize this caused an infinite loop type of notice. So yeah, that would. I had a dream the other day about just like a Spinosaurus from Earth being the next unit as part of like a beast pack from Arboreus. So and it was just a large beast, and it was like an unaffiliated large beast, and I thought it was kind of cool. Like just some Earth dinosaurs in the mix would be kind of fun. Like, or just like a bear, like a cave bear. It's just an angry bear, and that's it. Because I think we need an Arboreus common pack is what we're really like missing. Just like really like 10, 15, 20 point units. And maybe some strong ones too that like are beast but aren't like Arboreus beast, familiars or whatever. I think that'd be really fun. I like Halachot. Halachot is one of my favorite units to play in Contemporary. I was relatively impressed with the turnout. We just need better beast. Like really, there's only one good beast out there, and that's Anshu. All the other beasts are kind of eh. Like, I wish the beast served certain roles better. Like Verano should be the tank, but he doesn't like. He's not tanky enough to just be the tank. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know. He needs like 5 defense. And give him 3 attack. Like, he's 45 points. And have Anshu's like the specialist. Shark Bear is a really fun idea. When I was in GC, I had something kind of similar to that. I was pitching, trying to get made. It was like pretty much it was like this amphibious kind of mammal type creature, and it would just pop out of like water spaces, and then it would have the ability to like drag things underneath. So it kind of like teleported around the map out of water spaces. Was my pitch for it. My goal is just to go to get a job at Renegade eventually, and just so I can just pitch my ideas to them. have someone take my ideas, because I have many. I'm not like the strongest. My customs, when we look at them, they're not I'd say the strongest mechanically. But I'd say they're really fun. They're very thematic. You get a sense of theme and purpose from everyone that I make. And if the Cathar Spearmen prove anything, sometimes the theme does not equate to mechanics. Because I'd say Cathar Spearmen are one of the most thematic units VC has ever released, and they are one of the worst units to play against. I hate them so much. So I think there is definitely a divide betwixt the two. Surely this man's working his way. I'm trying. I'm trying to get there. I've talked to Lee about some things, and I've had some people put in some good words for me, which is nice. I would like to, even as just a consultant role, I wouldn't mind. There's something kind of on the side. My new goal in life is to get my name on a Heroscape box in some variety, as a consultant or as a designer or a playtester or something. Like, that's my new goal. Where's my brown wash? A large beast that can carry a small, medium-sized figure? Yeah, that would be great. Pretty much just turn Thrakis into a beast would be amazing. I think a common carry figure would be great. Because honestly, modern Heroscape really needs a carry unit in the mix. I was hoping Zed would be that unit. Like, instead of just forwards, imagine if he could just carry any unit. I'll wash this helmet just to make it have a bit of depth. Yes, I would even love that. I would love to say, hey, here's the design the paint master, get a good scheme going on, and just let me see if this thing is actually paintable. Although I will say that Renegade recent releases are pretty nice in the paint. I haven't had a problem in a bit for Renegade only releases. I really think it just came down to models. I'm trying to think of any bad ones. I don't like painting dragons. Typically, especially small ones, it's just kind of a pain if you want to do like anything with them. But that's like, you know, it's worth it to have dragons. I'm trying to think of any that would be a pain to paint. I'll remember, but maybe the Acolytes, but even they're pretty broad and wide. They're better than Mizrax and company. And we're just adding a bit of wash to the down part of this wing here. I'm gonna feathering it out so it doesn't look too blocky. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. We might do some small touch-ups here and there, but I'd say that's pretty close to a workable state here. Alright, so now I gotta get this. The new snakes I like them. I like the new snakes just because I like snakes. But I can also see how people would think they look stupid. I like the swole snakes. Like, what can I say? I think I'm just blinded by my pure love for snakes. It is honestly I can't give an unbiased opinion on them. I'm just excited to play them. I do wish the arms are a bit smaller, but I like how the lore at least justifies their sculpt. And we're taking ivory and ochre here, creating this nice off yellow. Need a bit more yellow. Swole snakes, yes. I hope the chain grets look really silly, but that's just me. I like them. I like them all. Like, but I also don't want to dismiss everyone's feedback on them at the same time. It's like it's different strokes for different folks, type of deal. It's like everyone has their own image of the units they want to see, and like I wasn't too happy with the Tanukis. Like I think the Tanukis, I don't like when things don't look like they can't fight. So Tanukis never gave that vibe. And I also don't like when things have range and it's just not obvious. Like Mogrim's ranged thing he has. But then I realized after D&D that's more of a ability. It's not even like a ranged attack. So I let that one slide. Now I know how to play D&D. It's actually a very clever callback to Battlemaster. But yeah, it's everything is preference, I'd say. I like them better than some AOA designs for sure. So I was actually asked to make, I haven't painted the Thyraxis before as a Morrow. So we're going to see what we can do with this. What do I think of the Elite Onyx Vipers? I really like them. They're like the first unit I ever played with in the game. I was playing Elite Onyx Vipers when I was 9 and Omnicrons. And so I have a soft spot in my heart for them. I wish we would honestly get more Elite Onyx units. I hope the Rannoks get like a Rannoch Warlord. Would be really cool to see. Kind of boost hunters somehow, like the Venok boost scouts would be really nice. Turn them into more of an army corps. Bet you Peaky Blindy works. I'm gonna paint the Ramasaur, at least one of my Ramasaurs, as a Cranidos from Pokemon, and he's going to have like a Team Rocket blazer on type of deal. Yeah, he's coming along, Custom Scaper. He's getting there. I've painted more Thyraxes in my time than I care to do. And we're just using this ivory and this ochre mixed together to add a bit of remedial highlights. It's really hard to add highlights to Morrow in classic form. Because if you go too much, then it's then you have to kind of start over. Because Morrow are inherently like messy paints. He's looking rather nasty. I would not want to encounter him in a dimly lit alley or at the DMV. Let's see here. Is one of the natives a Skodar? Yes. Yes, the Surprisingly, not the green one with 4 arms. It's the one with the beard. It's a Scodire in disguise. No, it's not. Which is interesting with the release of the new Einar Scodire. It very well might not be, because I always wondered why that knave wasn't part of the hive, and it very well might just be an Einar Scodire that is in their ranks now. I do hope we get an Einar kind of version of Maladrix, kind of like her counterpart would be really cool. Like a very prim and proper Empress. She's like, "You're the Forsaken Queen. You're giving us a bad name. Don't stop infecting people." Yeah, that's the real menace, not the Thyraxis. It's the DMV. Yeah, I had to get my license renewed one time. In the course of 3 hours, I saw 2 fights. One where the cops had to get called. A person break down crying, and a person just snooze through their name being called. It was a little bite of life. He woke up, and then 3 people came behind him. He's like, "Rah, rah, rah." Morrow are so hard because it's just, one, they're inconsistent with themselves. Like, the people who make the Morrow don't even know what the Morrow look like, depending on what generation and iteration you're looking at. And so you have the more kind of classic yellow, pale yellow, and then the later sets had more flesh tone. So it's hard just to color match when you don't really know what you're color matching. And then it's hard to see the original color when it's so much of it is influenced by wash, but it's not like a direct wash because it's like an oil wash. It's just definitely shouldn't. I would love. I might have to talk to Craig Van Ness one day, or whoever produced these units, and just give me kind of like the production codes for these things so I can kind of reverse engineer it. Because I feel like I'm close. I think I've talked about this last time. I'm very close. But not 100%. That's how the Morrow evolve. Anyone have any ideas what the Secret of the Citadel is all about? My assumption is it's going to be Renegade's Master Set. One of the interviews they did for one of the Renegade cons is they have plans to release Master Sets every several years, and with like their own kind of restart the cycle. So it's not just, Age of Annihilation all the time. So imagine that we're moving into a post-AOA era, which assumedly is just a bunch of units then, like a whole new Master Set box, new terrain. My thought is that we think the Citadel is referring to, the Murkheim and like the underground area, and I think that's a misdirection. I think we're going to Vidar Space Station. I think we are we're going up into space, getting some sci-fi terrain, a whole new just kind of venue of Heroscape. But I could be wrong. Oh, reminds me of the Thing movie with Kurt Russell. Yeah, I like that movie. That's one of my top 10 favorite movies. I watched The Thing during the pandemic, and it hits differently. There's that feeling of isolation and suspicion. Definitely takes on new meaning for that time. And yeah, it's just it's a really simple movie, but a really well done movie. Let's see the battle boss. Not this is my board guy was so pale. Yeah. It's mistakes were made with Black Burnout for sure. So the tricky part about Morrow, the thing that messes everyone up, is that it is neither flesh tone nor is it like undead tone or it's a muscle tone, but it's not like the flesh colored muscle. It is a pale yellow muscle that is exposed. So everyone wants to go too red or too brown, and it's like all about the right balance. I think they went too tan and not enough wash on Blackburn and the battle box. Ever seen Beat Podge? Alienscape would be really fun. I've never seen Beat Podge, no. Is it a horror movie or is it, what kind of movie is it? Sunbleach Bar. Yeah, he's almost there. Like that's the problem. Is like he's very close. But not close enough. What most people don't realize about Morrow is that they have an initial wash, and then they have an oil wash. So they have, like, at least the earlier models, they have like a wash of brown, like dark brown or black, or whatever. And then over that, they like over to the colors, and then they wash like red really with high flow it into it so it settles in the cracks. Oh, Beetleborg? I still haven't seen it, no. Old 90s TV show. No, everyone's been talking about releases coming out super fast. Do you think Renegade has beaten their expectations for how popular Heroscape is a year into the relaunch? So I think there is a lot of things going into it. I think a lot of it has to do with tariffs. I think we're all underestimating the effect tariffs have. If they can get all that stuff as one large shipment out, it saves them so much in an uncertain time. And also, I think they've said they view G.I. Joe releases as separate from classic releases. That said, I mean that's I think their intent, but how we feel it, yeah, it's too much at once. It's like I hate waiting longer for more Heroscape. But it is, I think G.I. Joe, it's also, I imagine they're trying to get stuff for Gen Con, so it's like, I think there's lots of things going on. Let me read the question here. Do you think Renegade has beaten their expectations for how popular Heroscape is a year to really launch? I would love some numbers. I don't know if Heroscape is like on the back fences and they're doing some desperate stuff to keep it going. Or if it's like this is really popular and really like, I see it growing. I see a community developing, but I don't know like what stage of our lifeline we're at here. At least from what I've had in my interactions, it does definitely seem they're concerned about some things. Like they've asked me to stop doing less painting streams on their channel because of personnel needed to, I guess, monitor me when I'm doing it, is not available as much. So they do seem to be kind of restricting some things, and so kind of a meandering answer to say I don't know. Honestly, I think people forget that you don't need to have everything at once. Like you want to because everyone else will see it as having things at the same time. I just, I encourage people to pace it out, to find what you really love, and then just invest in that, and then get the other stuff when it's convenient or on sale. But I know that's not practical. Like I'm trying to, like I'll say this: it's hard for me personally to afford to buy all this stuff. it's I think it's a 2-hit combo. I think if they had old pricing and a lot of units, it's one thing, but it's the fact that it's an increased price and so much product has made it hard to keep up. Like, I could kind of afford the old pricing, but now it's like $50 for 2 figures unpainted is a bit of an investment. And especially if you're just doing it just to paint the figures, you don't even intend to play with them. You know, it's just kind of like that's why I think you see more and more people 3D printing Heroscape figures and stuff like that out there. At least the Renegade stuff. It's dangerous ground. It's not a healthy thing, I think, for the long term of the game to do. So I'll ponder this some more as I dive into some more questions. The Citadel is an underwater city, and White Thornton is attacking the gallery. That is a possibility. I haven't considered kind of like an Atlantis type of situation here, where it's like, you know, I have to figure out Thorman's motivations here, because if he's so intent on ending the war, why is he disrupting peace treaties and peace summits? You know, he's very Machiavellian in nature, but you have to be like, why is he being so proactive? Judging from the review in the Tome of Annihilation, the lore book, it does seem like there is going to be a time storm or some kind of universe storm that is bringing things from other worlds to Valhalla. So that indicates that we already get some really fun stuff. So that means we can get like a piece of the Morrow planet thrown in, and we have like weird fungus and vines and hives and stuff like that. Or places, you know, historical Colosseum from Earth is just thrown in. Like, I think there's a lot of room to expand upon that. That was a concept that was teased in, you know, the HasLab days. So it'd be cool if they visit that. That's what he reminds me of. Yeah, it's looking new players very much. You see new players around you. The events I've had some people asking around. I personally just have been kind of busy this year, so I haven't had my nose to the grindstone. We had a learn to play event at one of the board game stores, and we had like 12 people the first day, and then the next time we had like a small little tournament, and it was like just me and the tournament runner. So it's kind of like, I see a lot of people talking about it. I see more and more YouTubers popping up with just talking about it, having it in the background while they talk about other games. So I think it's getting a presence. It's starting to get a foothold. It needs to make the leap from niche to zeitgeist or popular game to play, I think. So I don't think we're there yet. I think there needs to be a bit of intentionality and direction on what they want to do with the game, which I think they can do, because now they have kind of control of the story and the direction. Southwest Wisconsin. I for some reason read that as Star Wars World War I, and I was confused for a second. Southwest Wisconsin. Yeah, so I just don't have an active scene by me, but both events I went to in Manhattan, Wichita, had over 15 people at them for kind of semi-casual events. So it's definitely like it's maintaining a steady foothold. I mean, ScapeCon is going up to 120 spots with a wait list. Like where this year was 86. So there's definitely like advanced interest, and if we can maintain that and hold it on, I think we're really getting into a really solid spot. In terms of new player, yeah, Zed is Team Rocket with the black blimp and red. I have to paint my Zeds still. I can add that to today. It's part of a thing that's unfinished, right? So I think the focus should definitely be more community building versus new product releases. I agree. I think releases should be special. Like, it was, at least for me personally, I got the day I got what is it, Emperors of War, or I forget the waves, the stuff with like the dreadnoughts, that wave. The day that came to my house and I pre-ordered it, like I got it on release day, there was a Renegade Con for 50 new units. You know, like it's like I can't. There's not like Gen Con this year is going to be crazy because there's so much stuff in flux into the meta. And maybe they're just doing this as a strong push because the meta is a little stale at the moment. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that they can't control the release of G.I. Joe. That's determined by hats. That the hats at Hasbro or whatever. So I think there's a lot of factors to put into it. But I do think the shift should be, because we're not at a lack of units to play. Even if you're playing contemporary with the G.I. Joe and the new releases, there's so many armies to build at this point. That'd be nice to have a chance to dwell on them. But that said, I also would like something around Christmas time to add to my list. So it's like I'm back and forth on it. I just don't want them to burn out too fast. I'd rather a slow burn. It's also tough because we were kind of like silence. You got to think Age of Annihilation was announced in 2022 and we're going to 2026. Like Age of Annihilation was announced as a HasLab. We're all really excited. The community kind of awakens from its relatively passive state. People are crawling into the woodwork to play this game. Hype is unreal. And lots of arguments about painted, unpainted, designs, aesthetics. Those were the big battles of 2022. And then it doesn't pass, which is demoralizing. Is devastating because I was literally like, I hate to say this, I know it's kind of dumb, but I was depressed like after it failed because I waited so long for this game to come back. Like I always knew in the back of my heart and mind that it would come back someday, especially after the success of the Hero Quest campaign. I knew it was coming on the horizon. I just knew in my heart that it was going to be next up because both have the same company that makes them, very similar stuff. The problem is that they got greedy from I think the Hero Quest stuff really influenced how they, like, you can't talk about the Age of Annihilation campaign without talking about the Hero Quest campaign. And Hero Quest was completely different. First off, it was during the pandemic, at a time where everyone was receiving stimulus checks. So everyone had a lot of expendable currency on hand at the stage of government. And then they release it, and it was purely a recreation designed to kind of nostalgia bait you into playing again. Or, you know, it was a one-for-one recreation, essentially, with some things changed or added where it was needed, but it was very loyal. Whereas Heroscape probably looked at that and said, hey, this is an IP that is kind of rounding out time for a nostalgic venture, but it was released as a not even a reboot, a continuance, a soft reboot at best of the classic stuff. With none of the classic units returning, you really had to know Heroscape and get invested. Designed by people who love the game and know the game. And it just was a different animal. And also they were asking for $2 million. Like, people just are... That's a lot for a board game with no advertising. So that happened. It's depressed. Try not to lose my train of thought here. And then it's released. We have a bunch of Heroscape. But during that time, there was like a year, 2 years where we had no information. We knew that Renegade eventually was going to pick it up. But there was a period of time where we knew nothing. And then when they picked it up, we didn't know what they were going to do. We didn't know if they were going to just do Age of Annihilation or continue the brand. There was so much uncertainty. So it's nice to know where, you know, get out of that phase altogether. And I think the Secrets of the Citadel is a new master set. I think it'll be a really great refresh point for all of us to kind of get cohesive on the mission and the plan and the direction of the game. All that is very long-winded to say, yeah. Don't say dates, joint ache when you bring it up. Yeah, it's the time is a cycle, and it's kind of depressing to think about how long we've waited to get this guy in our hands. Egypt set would be awesome. I agree. I love the Egyptian aesthetic. The only problem I have with that is that the Anubians take, at least the wolves take a lot from Egyptian aesthetic. So it might be kind of a thing where it's kind of weird, like having like human steampunk stuff or World War II adjacent stuff, because the Vorids kind of already fill that role. But also chariots and mummies and stuff like that would be cool. So I'm open to it either way. Chariots are what I really want. Like a fair, like King Tut chariots. I would want some Egyptian slingmen with slingshots and stuff like that, and some Kopesh warriors. So Renegade would at least make new models for old army cards. Some new Knights West and maybe rebalance. Yeah, that's definitely a thing I'm really adamant about. I think there are several ways to do it. I don't think they can, for numerous legal reasons, they can't just reprint the Knights of Weston. One, it doesn't match the modern aesthetic, which we have slowly moved away from. Kind of that heroic, large, clunky scale to something a bit more modern, which is a bit more thin and natural. But a redesign, a reprint, I think it would. Renegade is so hesitant to tap into, like, they give us these little bites of nostalgia in kind of weird ways, like Doomed and Car, where it's like we kind of like, we want some of this stuff that we played with as a kid returning, especially now that Contemporary's like a format people just play in. And you know, like, we have 4 variations of Raylan, but just bring in this, you know, they released an Axe Grinder pack, and if they just decide here, I think they should. Okay, so I'm losing my train of thought, but like, let's say they said we're gonna release what's called legacy packs. You know, we're gonna remodel and tune up or adjust some classic units. So we're gonna put dwarves and knights together in a box. Very similar feel to the classic units. The only thing that's different is they're remodeled, updated card art. They would sell like crazy. They did a Heroes of the Quagmire set, and you know, it would sell so well. And if that doesn't work because of some kind of liability reason, then release the STLs like they did with their Power Rangers game, so that you can play in Contemporary still. They still make money because people are getting the units regardless. You know, like, I would pay $20 to have these Death Chasers not look like a puddle, you know, and just have updated files of some classic units that are Contemporary legal, as well as you know, updated card art. Really like commit to it, but it's like, in terms of actual SKU and production, it's such a low impact thing that, you know, and then you can show up to a tournament and you're still investing in the game, and you can get some of the old stuff. Like, I feel like everyone wins in that regard. And I don't know. I do think there is a way to capitalize on, you know, all this right here is money Renegade could have gotten from me if they put a little bit of work into it. Because I would have bought it. I like investing into the game as much as possible because I want the game to be around forever. Can they just make a new squad of knights to make everyone happy? Isn't the old stuff for legal reasons? They're starting to kind of inch their way into that. But the problem is you get into this comparative kind of one, you don't get the nostalgia buy-in, and two, you get this kind of comparative bias. Like they did the thing with the Scions, where they're pretty much the green scales, but not fully the green scales, and they just fall short of the mark. And everyone that's still playing green scales is like, why would I play these guys over green scales? And so you get kind of that cognitive diffidence. there that I think is distracting for some people. But no, I definitely agree. Yeah, some updated card wording. I just think it's easy money for them to do. It's what people want. It would solve problems of contemporary being a weird meta to play in sometimes. It also just lets people play with their old stuff. They have it. It's just kind of, I think it's a good balance. But they seem definitely very more interested in just producing new stuff, creating their own IP, which I think is great. But there are some things that were severely lacking, I think, in Modernscape. And I like Modernscape. Like, I'm not even a hater too much. I just there's some archetypes and some things that are missing. Like, we really don't have a lot of area of effect attackers. We have Killian Vane, and he's not very good. And that's really it. Like, we don't have anything to do with kind of massed commons in this current meta right now. Like, we need a Zelrig type or some of those things that they could just bring over. Something to kind of keep commons in check. Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of legal stuff going on. I don't think it's as simple as we're not doing it because we don't want to. I think I always try to give Renegade the benefit of the doubt, because producing a game of this caliber is a lot of work. It's not just a simple thing. I imagine there is schematics and plans and long-term plans, and you're at the mercy of shipment and shelf space and all that kind of stuff. It's a fragile thing, I think it is. That said, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on to it. I don't claim to be, that's why Lee's the one producing all the stuff and not me. There's a lot of, it's easy for me to sit in my chair and say, hey, it's just easy, do this. But I do give the benefit of the doubt that it's probably not that easy to make a game with this many parts and this many SKUs and this many of everything. Color should I make his armor? I'm gonna do like a purple almost, I think. This sounds kind of nice, like that. We're going to do like a green. Like a purple would kind of look nice. Oh, it's at 2 hours already. It kept me monologuing here. Let's just test this. Do I like this? No, I don't. I don't know what color to make his. I could just make it all armor, I guess. That might be easiest. And just go from there. Yeah, I got a lot of work done even in the monologue, yeah. I'll thank you all for that. I got over the mental hump that was kind of blocking me from doing stuff. Check out the Fallout Lo-Fi beats. I haven't saved on my playlist. I have to put that in into the mix sometime. I have listened to it. I don't even know what music's playing right now. I think it's just some generic like battle music. I need to update it. Updating music is kind of a pain. Because you have to find stuff that won't flag YouTube, but also is not terrible to listen to for a long time. So it takes a bit of work to get that compiled. I try to use as little AI music as possible. I have used it. I'm not going to say I haven't used it in times past. I used it unknowingly in times past. But now at least I buy my music and compile it together. So if I ever have a chance to support an artist, I try to. But I'll try to drag that into the playlist sometime. Yeah, that's the problem. You gotta find the non-copyright stuff. I never played Silent Hill, but I heard it's a decent game. I just honestly like don't play that much video games, and it's not like it's not like I think I'm better than people that play video games. I'm just busy. I used to play a lot more when I was younger, and also it kind of comes down. I was like, I'd rather paint than play a video game. Like this is my video game right here. I'm doing this to 3 in the morning every night. I like this solid silver. When you're playing at home, do you listen to music while playing? I listen to a lot of stuff. I listen to music, but I'm to the point where I've listened to like all music. I usually try to have like a familiar show on in the background as kind of my source of noise now. I do the podcast and some audiobooks. But this is kind of my Spotify Wrapped last year had 145,000 hours of music listened to. Oh, I played at Heroscape at home. Do you get pumped to play? I mean, you gotta play the Lord of the Rings for the game nights at home. The Twin Towers soundtrack really gets me going. I mean, there's few better OSTs than that. Also, the Hollow Knight OST is really great for vibes. I've never played it, but I have seen playthroughs of people playing it, and I just love the music. It's really nice. I really like, pretty much you get anything with the Hans Zimmer mixed in is always nice. I really like, what's the artist that is surprisingly, what I really like listening to for some matches is the Rango, the animated movie soundtrack. It has a killer soundtrack. It's an underrated movie. It's an animated movie about a lizard. What about the Charge Sun? I don't think I've heard that. I'll have to listen to that. Yeah, I haven't heard. Excalibur is on my list of movies to see. Been wanting to see it for a bit. Oh, Gladiator! Gladiator's a really good soundtrack. I'm trying to think. Depends on what I'm playing. I also just kind of like. Oh, you know what is really good? It's Tron. I like listen to the Tron. Not the newest one, but the second of the new, like the Tron Legacy soundtrack is really great. That Daft Punk, cyberpunk vibes is really cool. Something that can kind of just play in the background for. See, when I play my home games, they're kind of like a big map, and it's like a thing that I play casually all day at family events, like Memorial Day. We set up a big map every Memorial Day, and me and my dad and like my brother-in-law and my sister's boyfriend, we all just kind of play casually while we're grilling, and you know, we'll play a couple rounds and eat and play a couple rounds, and we have like, it's just a big army that we play until we're bored, which is pretty fun. So that's traditionally how I kind of grew up playing. And part of me thinks that's the ideal way to play Heroscape. Then I play competitive, and I'm like in a weird spot because I'm like very into the competitive scene, but also I'm not like winning at all. I just like playing. Drunk Man's Guy and some of this good stuff from Doug Day. I'll have to check it all out. I'm really bad at remembering band names I listen to. Like, it's a flaw of mine. Alright. Well, look at this guy's skin tone mostly painted. I say that as I find a whole areas on his underarm not painted. Alright, I think we're gonna call it here, guys. I gotta go watch a show or something. Oh, I forgot I had coffee. That would have helped. Well, thank you to everyone watching. As always, I appreciate the various palaver and the attempts to distract me. I'll post a message on the Discord because I do want to do this thing with the custom cards, kind of look into it a bit more. Maybe do my next stream starting off with something different instead of just flat painting, which I'm fine with. Look at some of my cards, look at some of your guys' cards. I love to see what's going on there. But yeah, thanks all for watching. You all have a great rest of your week. I'll be posting updated holiday schedules. I mean, I won't be streaming like Thanksgiving, obviously, but Thursday may be shifting slightly as the holidays get closer. But I haven't figured all that out yet. One of these days I'll sit down and get everything figured out, and I'll be ahead of the curve. But for now, I appreciate y'all hanging out. And just remember to keep scaping on, and you'll have a good one.